Definitely power in the lesson. So, what is the power in the lesson? I'm learning through the lesson, and I often say that the journey in life is learning through the lessons in life and how we may thrive in the lessons that we learn, how we learn more about ourselves. And I always say it's always the journey of returning to oneself. And how through strength within yourself, I have become invincible. When people, what's up, in Nick NY, and I see you, I am Frey. The power in being in alignment with yourself. Thank you. A little green. And how with that, whatever comes, whatever anyone says, because you are so safe within your being, because you are so safe within yourself, because you are so, what's up, Linda Howard? Because you're so safe within your trajectory, outside noise is just that. It's just noise. It doesn't penetrate you. So when people say disparaging comments about your journey or your life or how you show up, it's just noise. It's like a car driving by. I'm fabulous, abundant, wealthy, healthy, healing, and looking good while doing it. That's how Linda Howard. It doesn't affect us. And what that means is if someone says, hey, good to see you too, Vanessa. I don't like your green bikini top. My response is, okay. Because I know that's not a reflection of me. That has nothing to do with me. Furthermore, I'm really secure within my space. Thank you. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. And I receive that, Linda Howard. Someone's response of how I show up has nothing to do with me, number one. Number two, because I'm in this secure, confident space, it actually doesn't penetrate. It does nothing. It just is something that's said. I do not jump to a space of defense. I do not jump to a space of having to justify. Because I know someone's opinion of how I show up has little to nothing to do with me. And I show up in every space with love and respect. However, if someone comes to me and says, I don't like your earrings or your shaved head, yes, please continue to like and share the live. I do not approve of how you show up in life. My response will always be, okay. Because it's not for me to gain that outside appreciation of myself. And I recall the other day being around individuals. And we all go through things in life that make and shape our way of thought. And some of us learned in different ways. Maybe we learned because guardians or family members or people we were around through our time in life might have been hurtful. And that might have casted a shadow upon how we see ourselves. And once I was aware of that opened a space of compassion and of knowing that, yeah, that has everything to do with the other person, nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. And I was with someone who jokingly said, however, I believe this is just their programming, hey, are you still broke? And I thought, I wouldn't even ever say that about myself. And I said, of course not. That's not in my trajectory. That's not a part of my life. I would never even say that. Even if for your life you would categorize that, I would never physically say that. And furthermore, I said I was going to give you some gas money, so here's $20. And how that transpired. It wasn't a, Mateo, you're not. You are not. You're not broke. You are not broken. You may be adjusting to a new season, but I would call you in and challenge you to challenge that phrase. What's up, Jessica Lopez? Challenge what that means, because it doesn't mean anything. However, how you speak about yourself and your present day life may continue to show up. Yes, it's all mindset. I would never say that. What's up, nurse? And also, yeah, no, here. I would never say that about myself. Okay, you have it. Maybe it's just in transition to you. Even, you see how I did that? But that's just me. I need for nothing. And how that language works, because there's certain things I'll never say. There's certain things I won't even think. But I don't need anything. Everything comes to me with ease. I show up and I'm confident that everything comes. And that is a space, just to be in that space of it works out. I know I am showing up. I'm releasing that need. And it is here. Not if I, when I. No, it's already here. It is a mindset shift. And it is powerful. And also, once you start, it continues. In my live earlier today, I spoke of not allowing money to stop you from anything. Meaning, if you want to do something, referring to my friend, loves to see performances, instead of buying a season pass or tickets every time to a show, she decided to be a volunteer at the Performing Arts Center. So she will guide people to their seats or collect tickets in return to witness all the events. That's not saying I can't afford the ticket, I'll never go. That's saying, what's another option? What's another option? Because all it takes is an option. And oftentimes money is just, it may be the first stop, but it's not the stop. Now, within the constructs of this country, everything is built upon commerce. I definitely understand that. And that allows your brain to act as expanded as you choose it to be. Thank you. When I was on the plane working as a flight attendant, I don't understand. What does that mean, Marley Mall? Or clarify, please. I would use everything that the company I worked for provided me. So if I was flying somewhere, I have a TikTok posted that I had a friend's wedding. I decided to say, I'm not going to take the day and get a hotel and go to the wedding. What I'm going to do is rearrange my schedule, contact the flight attendants that are working that trip that will put me in that city for a day and a half. So I've arrived at the destination for the wedding. I'm actually working there. I have a hotel that's near the wedding venue. And actually, during the whole layover, the whole time, I'm making money. And then to leave, I'm flying back. So I thought of a way. Instead of saying, I'll take the time off, I'll get the hotel. Actually, I will contact every flight attendant who's laying over in that city. Doesn't matter how many I contact, to trade the trip, to be there. I made it happen. However, it just comes with the thought. And oftentimes that's all it takes, is the thought. That's all it takes, is the thought. How can this be done? Sometimes the thought may attract what you need. Maybe it'll attract the people that you need, or the space that is for you. And same thing. Yes. Smart thought. It's always smart. I write that in the morning. I am smart. I am intelligent. I am open. I am the solution. It's never anything outside of me. Understand this. For me, it is always what's inside of me. Marley Mall, if this is not encouraging and uplifting and adding to the benefit of a positive tone, it's not going to be addressed in this live. Therefore, even the statement is built in a negating tone. When you type, why do airlines lie? You are referencing that from 100% truth standpoint. And even the response from that which is stated is not really conducive to a beneficial response. So there is no response. When I was living in London, and again, I would never, again, I'm calling you in, not out. I don't know why an entity would make a false statement. Furthermore, that question is, I understand how it was structured really doesn't have any good intention. So if it's structured with the intent of being informative, I will construct the response that will be informative and purposeful. So when I transferred to London, the company I worked with had bases in London immediately. It was never, I'm not moving to London because of the cost. It was always, yeah, I'm going. And you also do not have the information for the first 5 words of the sentence that you built. So building a sentence with, why do airlines lie, isn't intentional, nor is it based in 100% fact. It could be helpful in some way. However, for this conversation, it is not. And because I love solutions and because of working on the airplane, I always think, how can I be the solution? How can I be helpful? Even when I ask questions, the way it's built is always in an intentional, beneficial manner. Because let's say what you said was true. They do lie. Then what? Then what? So it's seeing how we even structure the things that we say. Because that is a soundtrack to our life. And how to take that moment and really ask. I have this on my TikTok page. Whenever there is something that needs to be said, number 1, ask yourself these 3 things. Does it need to be said? Number 2, does it need to be said by me? And number 3, does it need to be said now? And when I ask myself that, that allows me to navigate how I'm directing whatever I'm saying. Sometimes I don't need to say it. At times, and it just takes that reframe. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And understanding we do have a lot of power in our words. All our power is in our words. All our power is in our voice. And how easily that could be shifted. How easily one may feel that they are powerless. And how easily you may shift in a position of power with your words. I find it extremely powerful. Just the thought of, what am I saying? What is the intention of what I am saying? And I'll share this with you. Ask people this. If someone says something that is disparaging, hey, I had a comment on my YouTube this morning. Hello, Anthony. I had a comment that said, you look like a Sims character, which probably, it doesn't, sure. Okay. And the simple thought, if this is a person in real life, who would say this? Which they wouldn't. But if they were in real life, just the response of, what's the intention behind the statement that was just given to me? Was the intention for us to laugh together? Was the intention to make you feel better about yourself? Because possibly a disparaging comment leads to something, allowing you to feel something. Thank you, user 349. However, to ask, what is the intention of this? What is the intention of this? And communication is difficult. I say I'm an exceptional communicator, but it's a conscious, deliberate effort. Thank you. I listen to myself. I've also listened to a lot of patterns of speaking throughout the world. The way Americans often structure their sentences would be different from someone in, say, Canada or another English-speaking country like England or anywhere. However, to be aware of how you're structuring your sentences and being aware of your intention of everything you say creates a whole new world. And once you know that, the power is really yours. It's really yours. And how even if from someone else's standpoint, things in my life were bad, or there was a lack or scarcity, I'm actually never going to say it. Because I know how powerful the word is. I know how powerful my words are. I know how powerful my vessel is. So I don't take that lightly. And I love life. I love myself. I love to laugh. However, there's certain things that I won't even joke about. I won't say. We're giving this power for a reason. I won't say that. I do not conflate my financial identity with my being. My surplus or perceived lack of financial abundance does not reflect on who I am. It may just be a particular point in life, but it doesn't define me. It doesn't define me. And throughout my flying career, a lot of times when I was based in London, I was in circles, certain circles, and I was able to attend these events. This is going on currently now in Cannes. I went to the Cannes Film Festival, and I went to, thank you very much, Joy for Life. Thank you. You're welcome. I was a date to someone and went to the Amphar Gala. These are all some of these very prestigious events that, yes, it is, because it is Sunlight Skydance. It is. All of these things, and this is over 10 years ago when I was when I did all these events. And I did them consistently. And what I found was, yes, it is a feeling when you're in the room, or when I was walking down this beautiful paved stretch at the Hotel du Cap, and I was there and had the party, all of that, all of the things you're seeing on TikTok in the south of France, Cannes Film Festival. I think I went in like 2010, so years ago. And I remember feeling like, whoa, I've made it, but what did I make it to? What did I make it to? Like, how does this benefiting me? Yes, I'm in this gala and there's Naomi Campbell and Jennifer Lopez and everyone you can think of. And so what? To tell someone I was there? You're welcome, because you're valuable and you're valued. Is it because then I'm perceived in a different light? Because I'm actually around these individuals who have a perception of high net worth and the yachts and things of this nature. And to be in those rooms, you have to be somebody or brought by somebody. And you're there. But it's a room with people. It's not very different than a room with people in your hometown. Yes, it's fabulous, and there's champagne and there's beautiful food. However, it's still just a gathering. It does not add to me. Maybe to my life experience, but it's not something that I can cash in outside of my life experience. Thank you for liking and sharing the live. And I remember while I was there, because it was like this fairy tale of, I want you to be my date, to the Amphar Gala, and I thought he was kidding. Like, I was just going to stay with my parents, because during summer, I usually go home to see my parents for at least like 3 weeks to a month, and then I travel. So I was thinking, this guy can't be serious. I'll just stay in California. There's no way. And he was serious. So I went. I flew from, I believe, San Francisco to Frankfurt, met him in Frankfurt, and then we traveled to Nice. And then we're there for the week and went to the Amphar Gala and shopping and everything you can think of. I've already done that. This was lifetimes ago. And I'm reminded of this because there's levels to this. I do understand the vigor of like, oh, I want to be there, and then being there. What's up? Okay, now so what? So what? You're there. And I was there, and it was that feeling of shopping on the Croisette. I think it's the Croisette, which is the main shopping street in Cannes, with every designer you can think of, and walking in somewhere and saying, I want this, this, and this, and walking out with the bags and the shoes and the matching dress and all of that. Yeah, it's cool. And then so what? And going to these events and having conversations with these people that you may see on screens or that you might have idolized at some point. And it was cool. And then so what? And I remember going, and because I'm a very cool individual, I say this all the time, I'm very cool. I have a high cool meter. However, my coolness factor is not based off of, my coolness factor is a feeling. And my coolness factor is just pure authenticity. I am not cooler when I'm around other people. I'm coolest because it's just me. And I trust myself. And I have a competency within my own skin. So I was there, we did the whole shopping thing. I want this, this, and this, and Jimmy Choo and Louis Vuitton and all this, and I have these bags. Fantastic. I have all of these beautiful things. And I remember going to these events, and I do an ensemble change multiple times a day. However, in the south of France, like after you go out to eat or after brunch or breakfast, then you change your ensemble. You change like 3, 4, 5 times. It can become exhausting. And towards the end, I was feeling like I thought that this is something that really would define me, and it's not. It's just kind of empty. And I remember calling my friend as I was about to depart Nice. I was in Nice airport, flying back to London where I lived at the time. And I was on the phone with my friend. And I was telling her, I don't even recognize myself. Like I had a breakdown in the airport, like I have all of these designer goods. I was just in Cannes at the film festival and the Amphar Gala and this place and with this person. And that's not me. Like what? It is a cool experience. And that's all it is. It's an experience. It doesn't add or take away from me. And how I have all these designer goods, but I don't even care about them. Because I'm not going to shift my perception of myself or how I show up because I want the acceptance of others. And I remember telling my friend, like, I'm just going to throw these 3 pairs of Jimmy Choos away. I'm going to, and she's like, wait, Hope, like, don't throw out the Jimmy Choos yet. Like, don't throw out the dresses and the matching handbags yet. Come back to London and let's talk. You can give it to me and release it, but just don't do that yet. And I remember saying, yeah, this is not, well, Mr. Mixmaster, let me clarify. I do. I love style. I love clothing. It's not that I don't care about designer clothing. It's just that because I've worked fashion adjacent, fashion is a business. Style is something quite unique. So yes, if I were traveling and I went to a vintage shop and I saw the last remaining hand quilted flower shaped Chanel bag made in 1968 by hand, I would buy that. However, a good that's mass produced, and I understand, I've worked in fashion, I know how this works, that does not appeal. I know what I like. I'm confident in my style because I've traveled. I've been able to see different styles and I enjoy that. However, yeah, I will denote that. I will clarify that. It's not that I do not care about it. I do. I only care about what I like. Just because it has a name on it does not increase the chances of me liking it. I like what I like, not because of a brand. In fact, I'm the brand. It looks best because it's on me. And I remember saying to my friend when I was on the phone, this isn't who my parents raised me to be. Why does this have any effect on me? And thank you, Mr. Mixmaster. Because I won't turn down. I will not. If I get it, when I receive my designer goods, I won't give them back. I won't say absolutely not. I will say thank you. Yeah. Just, it wasn't me, and I felt like I was contorting to something. And it's a lesson. It was truly the lesson in that moment. I've done it. I have great pictures and a fabulous experience, and it was not raining. No. What's up, Tri Pearls? Not in the south of France. No, it's summer. It's quite hot and beautiful, if we're referring to that. And how there's just layers and lessons. And I always wanted to feel that, going to the Cannes Film Festival and walking the carpet and just using my French in Cannes, all of these things. And I would go to the south of France often. I'll actually be there in a few weeks. I have friends that go, and so I do. But it's because I want to, and it's usually not Cannes, it's another city in the south of France, because now I have found what resonates with me. It is now because, yes, I do appreciate the space and the place. However, I select how it works for me. I'm not going because then I may see so-and-so. That's dumb. I'm not looking to call someone and say, hey, Tri Pearls, guess what? I was in a party and I saw so-and-so. So what? If anything, they saw me. Does that make sense? Just wanting that confirmation of something through something outside of you. And how now this is where I'm at. Now with speaking and with shifting, and I'm thank you very much. I will ask for clarification. And how yeah, they saw me. They saw me. They were in the room with Hope. Hope is speaking. Yeah, she was there. That's the conversation. Not I saw so and so. I like that position of power, especially knowing how I speak and the vigor and the robustness of my voice and the message that I give. I hold that dearly. And I have, hello again, Maya. I love the beauty of being smart. Being smart. Being spoken about highly. Being confident to handle a confrontation as a conversation. It's the same thing, but it's a difference. How you label a confrontation to me is a conversation. And thank you. Well, I will be here, Harry. And going into it knowing that a conversation is to gain clarity. I don't start any conversation with, this is going to end badly. Even that thought, what's my intention of having this conversation? Is it to argue? Is it to allow myself to become angry and upset and become hot and irrational and yell? No. My intention of this conversation is to clarify this in the most compassionate way and leave with everyone's feelings intact. That's it. That's what I aspire to. And saying it that way changes it. I'm going to tell this person off. What? No, stop. Challenge yourself to have a human, kind, compassionate conversation that leads to clarity. That's it. That may mean that you need to listen more than speak. That may mean immediately when you want to give a response, you don't. And you just listen. And you say, whoa, that really felt, whoa, okay, where'd that come from? Ooh, I'm feeling attacked. Why do I feel attacked? Does this okay, if I'm feeling attacked, that's from me. That's not for me to tell the person, you're attacking me. Well, they're just showing up. It may bring out something in you or a wound in you, but to immediately snap into that higher self of, ooh, if I'm feeling attacked, that's actually for me. That's not for the person. That is how you could respond. Yeah, and being triggered can be beautiful because when we learn what triggers us, we know what it is. If it triggers you, it's raising its hand. It just wants to, something is trying to get your attention. Because once you give it your attention and release it or see where is this coming from, then you're no longer triggered. It may come in a different form, but you can constantly get to a comfortable space of, whoa, that's why I respond in that way. And how beautiful that is. I find it really sexy to be able to respond in a calm, cool, organized manner. Yo, I know. Nick NY1, I'm calling you in, not out. I don't know. Because I don't act, I'm not in a space of fear. That is where you're going to have to step. I don't know how that will be. However, as I spoke of structuring sentences, if you structure that statement with that means that could be the space that you're coming from. I don't know. This is just what comes to me. If it resonates, great. If it doesn't, that's great. It's not the truth. However, yes. Thank you. Feel better. It's great. Eva. If fear is giving you something beneficial, you're welcome. And speak that. It's not that you're not feeling well. You're feeling better because you have everything you need to heal. Yeah, it's a different story of overcoming. So I don't know because it's not structured in that way for myself. However, if you structure it that way, you can change that structure or you can honor what needs to be seen. I choose not to act out of a space of fear because it's not empowering. It's not empowering. And I seek to be in a space of empowerment. And it is constant. Thank you. What's up, Black Rob? Nice to see you. And fear can be a catalyst for change. Fear can be a catalyst for your biggest resurgence. It's how you structure it. If an individual allows any one element to keep them in their same closed space, that may be an element to look for growth. I don't know. What I do know is There's nothing more empowering than just saying I'm able. Because you are. You can say both. You can say I'm not able or I'm able. And you can continue to say I am able and I am capable until it becomes. Through what I've learned in the past 2 weeks, at times fear is growth. At times what we or I would, I love that, Petkov. Sure, but fear for life, yes. Fearing that your lights are going to get cut off is a different fear than an antelope chasing you for your life. Those are two completely different fears. And although individuals have had to protect themselves and their lives due to traumatic experiences, that is one thing. And I will not negate or lower anyone's experience. However, question if your fear is actually out of a life-saving tactic. Sometimes it may not be. And I refer to this often, especially if it comes to finance or paying a bill. Like that fear, worrying about something being paid actually doesn't do anything. It takes away sleep. It takes away your abilities to make great decisions because then you are in a panic state or a state of fear. However, worrying about that doesn't actually increase the chance of it being solved. It doesn't. And I would know. Over the past 2-3 weeks, I've learned to be like my water bottles, to just move with what comes. Instead of saying, what am I going to do when this? Know that when whatever you fear comes, you have what it takes. You have what it takes. And to stand empowered really starts with, it's that cliche of loving and liking yourself. I love myself enough to know that I am empowered. I am capable. It doesn't matter what people said to me. In this moment, I'm capable. Why not? And I'm pretty courageous. Here's the other thing. I'm really courageous. And as I shared in the live earlier today, just to keep moving. Just keep moving. Things often factor themselves out. And even in that, today I finally allowed myself to say, yeah, I am tired. I've just been rolling and going, and I actually am in need of rest. And there was an element that was like, but no, actually you gotta rest. You gotta rest. And how empowering that is, because in these times, I'm shifting, I'm traveling, I'm releasing things from my home. I have deadlines, I have dates. Those can wait. I gotta rest. You do have to rest. Yes, keep moving, and sometimes stop moving and rest. It's all of it. It's not either or. It is actually all. Of course. Ooh, magic. I love that. Please do. Thank you. Um, so I remember, you're welcome. Thank you. I remember a friend saying, and my friend, most of my friends are like 30 to 40 years my senior. And what's up? All right, Ethiopia. I may be seeing you. East Africa may be seeing me. I will definitely be in West Africa, but it's nothing just to hop across. Greetings, greetings, greeting. Abesha. Right. So a friend of mine was saying, Hope, you're in the Wu Wei. It's a Chinese term for do nothing. Like sometimes you actually have to sit. Now, it doesn't mean actually do nothing. Maybe it may. But the act of sitting back and maybe just thinking and allowing the answers to come or allowing things to fall into place, just allowing. Stop molding and grabbing and fixing, like allow it. And how powerful that is. Yes, being still. Thank you, Grandma Whoople. I appreciate the share. And so many things have came. And this time when I'm shifting and I said, do I want to put things in storage? Nah, I've done this before. I've made large moves. Just release it. Well, what about my car? And I was thinking, I have my car. I'm on the island. I'm going to be traveling for the next 4 months. And someone just came to me and said, how about we just do this? And that's it. You don't have to think about shipping it. Really, when I sat back, everything came. I actually asked, I will say, after I do meditations and my journaling, my I am statements and my gratitude scripting and my prayers and my meditation. And I had said, I would like this one thing just to easily remedy itself. And within a few hours, the person came to me, and what I asked for was easily remedied. And my confidence of knowing, it will be. I asked, and it will be. That is this true state of empowerment, because I know it's me. It's also the work that you put in. The good you put out. The good how you show up in life. I'm not telling you to go and make sandwiches for every person you see. However, often what we put out is returned back. And the beauty of that, the beauty in knowing that it's actually for you. It's actually for you. Nothing will keep what's for you. However, what do you want? What do you want? What are you going to do when you get it? And then what after? You can say, I would love to be the biggest singer. Great. Then what? Is that it? Or do you want to do that and then maybe start a foundation for disenfranchised youth and then go on into something? What else? Oftentimes when we ask for something, that's just it. Especially in a financial realm. I just would like this amount. Okay, then what? A friend of mine reached out to me on WhatsApp and said, hey, Hope, I want to run some ideas by you. You're great with business ideas and breaking things down. I like to run some things by you. I said, sure. I said, okay, I will give you an hour. However, what is your goal in that hour? Because if we start with that, then I can work backwards. Tactical mag. Tactical is my word of the day. However, if I know your goal, then we can work there together. If I don't have the goal, then what are we doing? We're not working towards anything. So the individual had said, what I would like is to sell X, Y, and Z. I said, okay, great. So what's your goal? Well, like $1,000. Okay. So you want to sell something and make $1,000. That's a great goal. That's a great start. Okay. The person continued to tell me. And I said, all right, so what's the goal? Well, to help these other people out because they gave me their artwork. Okay, so first the goal is $1,000. Now the goal is to help out the artisans that gave you the goods to sell. So I have two goals. So what's the goal? Well, I don't know, to maybe expand and put the artwork on other pieces of things. Okay, you've given me three goals, which are vastly different. If there is not a goal that can be adhered to, the conversation really can't be swayed in any area. He said, you're right. And I said, furthermore, what are you going to do with $1,000? Because then you're just back at it. Then you're just back at the hustle. So even the dream of like 700,000, you may not, I want you just to stretch your belief of yourself. You don't have to believe that you can do it. It's just stretching your imagination. 1,000, what about 1,000,000? Just, what would that feel like? What would that feel like? What choices would be different? And that's a powerful position. It's not negating what you want. It's just saying, feel that. What would life look like? How would you make choices differently? Would you know how to make choices? Would you be comfortable with that amount? Do you think people would still respond to you in the same way? Because listen, there's a portion of people that have a disdain for wealth. And I remember hearing a friend saying, those terrible rich people. And I thought, you have a dream board with $1 trillion. Those are negating thoughts. So you want to be this abundantly wealthy person, but you have a view that wealthy people are bad. How does that work? How can you hold those two contradicting thoughts? And a lot of us have money wounds. They come up in different ways. What's up, Aaron? They come up in different ways. Often from what we've seen, often from life in general, often because of, hold on one moment. I have something for you. Yes. Yes. Okay. I have something for, these are uniforms for Brianna that I'm going to give to you. Okay. Ken, just wait. Just wait. Oh. Yes. You come here. Let me call your mom. Because I need to. However, I'm exhausted.
Did you make a dent?
I made a little dent, but can I have a little bit more time today?
What do you need? What are you gonna do? Put all these in the trash bag?
I'm putting it all. Oh, wait a minute. It doesn't matter. All in the trash bag.
Okay.
I know it needs to. Hold on.
Hey, aren't you still streaming?
Of course. I listen.
You gotta be cleaning, not streaming.
It's both.
Cleaning your streaming.
Hold on. Hold on. Mute pause.